What's up, y'all? Noah here. So I just got back from seeing Venom 3: The Last Dance. And this movie is incredible. Yeah, it's incredible. Now, I don't think it's as good as Deadpool, but it was a really, really good movie in my opinion. Now, for me, what made it such a good movie is all the symbiotes that they used. Now they weren't all comic book accurate in the way that they looked, but they used like the Hulk symbiote. They used Null, which I'll get to in a minute. They used Toxin. They used a bunch of other cool symbiotes. And bro, I feel like some of the funniest lines in the Venom trilogy were in this movie. Like, first of all, I think Tom Hardy is a great actor, and he does the voice of Venom and the voice of Eddie Brock, so he's a great actor. But nah, probably like the standout, the whole cast was good in the movie, but the standout performance for me was Tom Hardy, obviously, and then the villain, well, kind of villain until the end of the movie, but Truator Ejiofor. Now, this dude, you may know him because he plays Baron Mordo in the MCU. The MCU, I love the MCU, you guys know that, but they underuse this guy, bro. He's playing a villain, right? So you're not supposed to cheer for him. But, bruh, the way that this dude, I didn't know he could do an American accent, because he's British, but he does a great American accent, and I was like, he should play Martian Manhunter in James Gunn's new DCU. Yes, I'm going to do a video on that later this week as well. But now let's get back. So I feel that him and Tom Hardy and Juno Temple have the three best performances in the movie. My favorite action scene was either the underwater scene or like the intro fight scene. Or, yeah, the underwater scene, the intro fight scene, or the end fight scene where it's him, Venom. So Venom in this movie, he can't like, they can't fully transform into Venom without Null finding out. And if you don't know who Null is the King in Black, the god of symbiotes. And he's played by Andy Serkis. Yes, that Andy Serkis, the guy who plays Alfred in the Batman, like the Robert Pattinson Batman movies, the dude who's played Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movie. He's also a great director. He's played Ulysses Claw. That Andy Serkis. And yeah, so for me, this was a great movie. I would like give this a 9 or a 10. And I know this movie is mixed, but and I'm one of the more positive reviewers on this movie, but I would give it a 9 or a 10, because my expectations for this movie were, you guys know, if you guys have seen my other superhero movie review that I did this month, I hated Joker 2. Hated it. So my expectations with this movie were, please just be better than Joker 2. This is a million times better than Joker 2. So this is a million times better than Joker 2. So the quick story is, Venom can't transform fully. I mean, Eddie can't transform into Venom fully, or else No will find out. So at the end of a movie, Venom, the symbiote, sacrifices himself, but he isn't dead completely, because there's a part of him that gets on a cockroach and he survives. So if Tom Hardy is really done being Venom and Eddie Brock, which I don't believe for a second, but if he is, like, they can do like Agent Venom, which is Flash Thompson. They can do a movie on Toxin. They can do a movie on Juno Temple's character, who gets a symbiote at the end. They can do so many things. Like if Sony, like I didn't really like Madam Web either. Like I really didn't like Madam Web, but if Sony continues this with their movies, like if Craven is this good, now I don't know if Craven will be this good, but if Craven is this good, I might actually have faith in Sony again to make movies other than the Spider-Man movies, and for their superhero universe. The rest of Sony's like production arm, like Morbius and Madam Web, are kind of Venom. The Last Dance and the Venom trilogy is great. Now I don't think this is the best Venom movie, but my mom said this is her favorite out of the three Venom movies. So yeah, I think my favorite was the second one, just because they did Carnage, and yeah, like and and the post credit scene at the end of this movie, or one of them, like one of them sets up that Venom is still alive. The other one sets that No is coming. So No is like their Thanos in the Sony universe now. So that's why I don't think Venom will be dead for long, because like I said, they can bond Venom to somebody else, or they can pay dump chunks of money for Tom Hardy to come back. Or what I think they're gonna do is Tom Holland just said they're filming Spider-Man 4 next summer. So I think Peter from the MCU, so Tom Holland, is going to get his symbiote suit, the black suit, and that will factor in somehow to the Spider-Man movie. I don't think No will if No shows up in that, it will be like how he showed up in this movie. He doesn't show up a lot, but when he does show up, he shows up. Like he doesn't have any action scenes in the movie, but he shows up 3 or 4 times in the movie, and he's like the looming threat. So like if you guys saw the first 2 phases of the MCU and like first Avengers, like you know how they teased Thanos? That's kind of how like No is introduced in this movie. Like he's at the very beginning of a movie, he's at the very end of a movie in the first post credit scene, he's in the middle of a movie, and yeah, like dude, I wasn't expecting to like this movie that much, but I loved this movie. Like again, it's not as good as Deadpool 3 or Deadpool and Wolverine, but it is a really, really, really good movie. So yeah, if Sony continues this with Craven, which Craven has a stacked cast with Russell Crowe and Aaron Taylor Johnson. If they continue it with Craven, then yeah, like Sony, at least in my opinion, like Sony will have a bounce back moment, and they can prove that they can make good superhero movies besides Spider-Man and Venom movies, right? But yeah, like for me, like my favorite part of the movie was Shui Tor Ejiofor's character, and the action scenes, and but just the comedy between Eddie and Venom, and yeah, like for me, I was expecting to like this movie because I like the other 2 Venom movies. Again, the second one is my favorite because of Carnage, but like I really liked this movie, y'all, and you guys know I give you guys my opinions. I don't let other people's opinions influence my own when I review stuff. It's my opinion, and I loved this movie. I would give it like a 9 out of 10, seriously. And yeah, again, I don't think it's as good as Deadpool and Wolverine, but I do think it's a really, 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 really good movie. So I would strongly recommend you see Venom 3: The Last Dance, and yeah, If you have seen Venom, Venom: The Last Dance, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.